Hello everyone, my name is Anu. Today we'll read the next poem of class 4 English. Why? Students, this poem is about a child who is very curious. Curious means, students, the person who is very eager to know something. Right? So the child here in this poem is very curious and he wants to know about each and everything. He wants to know the reason behind everything that happens around him. Right? So let's read this poem and know about this child. Okay? The name of the poem the title is Why? As you know that this is WH question word. Why? It means whenever we are asking why, that means we want to know the reason behind things. Okay? So let's read this poem. I know a curious little boy who is always asking why. Why this, why that, why then, why now, why not, why by the by. He wants to know why wood should swim, why lead and marble sink, why sun should shine and wind should blow, and why we eat and drink. He wants to know what makes the clouds and why they cross the sky, why sinks the sun behind the hills and why the flowers die. Some of these whys are not too hard to answer if you'll try. Others no one ever yet has found the reason why. So this is a poem. It's very interesting, students. Now let's see the explanation. Why? Here, I know a curious little boy. So in this poem, a little boy is there who is very curious. Curious, I told you, a person, curious means a person who is eager to know everything or eager to know something, right? So this little boy in this poem is very eager to know everything around him. Okay, who is always asking why, and he always keep on asking that why this thing happened, why this thing happened, why this, why that, why then, why now, why not, and why by the by. So every time he keeps on asking that why this happens, why that happens, why then, why now, why not, why can't we do this, why by the by. So every time he keeps on asking why. He wants to know why wood should swim. So what are the questions that he wants to know? He wants to know why wood should swim, right? That why the wood, it swims on the water. Why doesn't it sink? Why should it swim? Why lead and marble sink? Why lead and marbles, they sink in the water. Right, students? He wants to know the reason behind this. That why lead and marble sink and wood did not swim. Okay, wood should swim. Why wood should not sink? It should swim. What is the reason behind it? Why sun should shine? He asks, why sun should shine and wind should blow? Why wind keeps on blowing? Why sun keeps on shining? Why we eat and drink? And why we eat and drink? Why should we eat and why should we drink? Why can't we live without eating and drinking? Right? So he wants to know all these questions. That what is the reason behind all this? Okay. He wants to know what makes the cloud. Okay, he wants to know that who makes the clouds? Who is the person, who is the power that makes the clouds? And why they cross the sky, and why the clouds keep on moving here and there in the sky, and how do they move, and why do they move, right? Why sinks the sun behind the hills, and why the sun sinks behind the hills, okay? And why the flowers die, and why the flowers die, okay? Why the flowers, they die, why these things happen? He wants to know the reason behind all these things. Some of these whys are not too hard to answer if you'll try. So he's saying that these whys are not so hard to answer. Okay, some of these whys are easy to answer. We can give the reason behind them. But Others, no one ever yet has found the reason why. But some whys are very difficult because there is nobody knows the reason that why that thing happens. Okay, it means a curious child has so many questions and he wants to know the answer of each and every question. And we can give some of the answers. We can tell him that this thing happens because of this thing happens because of this. But some whys are so weird and they are like not answered by anyone because nobody knows the answer of those whys, right? So in this poem, a curious child like you people are there who is always asking why. I hope you have understood this poem. This is a very sweet and small poem. Now let's see the new words and their meanings that are there in this poem, students. The first word that we have is curious. And I told you that curious means eager to know something. Okay, that you are very eager, you are very keen to know something. That means you are curious. We can make sentences like, I'm very curious to know about the planet. Or Prerna is a curious girl. Right? Next is lead. And I told you, lead is a heavy metal, students. And like our pencils have lead in them. Do you know that our pencils has that black graphite, right? And so that is a heavy metal. Lead is a heavy metal. Next is marble. Marble means a little glass ball used by children to play. So the kids are playing with marbles and I have lost my marbles. Next, sink. Sink means to go down below the surface of water. Like we saw the boat sink or the rock sinks in the sea. Next word we have is reason. Reason means a cause. We can make some sentences like, Tom gave his reason for coming late. Or Paul wanted to know the reason. So now let's see the question answers. Question number 1 we have, name a few things that sink. So the answer is iron, stone, lead, marble, cup, plates, etc. This sinks in water. Now question number 2 we have, list 3 questions that the little boy asks. So the 3 questions that the little boy asks are, why wood should swim, why sun should shine, and why wind should blow. Okay. Next, what sort of a boy is described in the poem? Is he sad, is he curious, or is he brave? So he is curious. Now, why do cats and dogs fight? Tell me. These are the questions of discussion. That why do cats and dogs fight? Actually, dogs are not friendly to cats. Whenever they meet, they start fighting because dogs make attempts to kill cats who are forced to fight with them to save themselves. है ना? Right? Next we have, why do we walk across the road, not run? So we don't run but walk across the road to avoid accidents. There are so many vehicles on the road. In such a situation, we are supposed to walk on it carefully without disturbing others. Right? So we should walk on the road. We should not run on the road because it may cause accidents. Right? Next, why do people like ice cream? Well, children, you may have your own answers of these questions because these are questions of discussion, right? So, why do people like ice cream? People like ice cream because they feel exciting to eat such a cold, sweet thing. Okay. Let's see the next question. Fill in the blanks with words from the poem which rhyme with the colored words in the sentences. Like, why is the dash so high? So here students, we have to write a rhyming word which is rhyming to the high and which should fit in the sentence. Why is the dash so high? What should we write so that it should rhyme with the word high? We can write, why is the sky so high? Huh? Do you know the color of? We have to write a word which is rhyming with no and which should fit here. So, do you know the color of? Snow. Have you found who made the cloud? Put the glass in the sink after you finish your drink. Let's see the answers. Why is the sky so high? Do you know the color of snow? Have you found who made the cloud? And put the glass in the sink after you finish your drink. Let's see the next question. The spelling of these words are jumbled. Put them right and make sentences of your own. So, these are, first word is W-O-K-N. These are jumbled words. We have to unjumble them. If we'll unjumble it, we'll find the word no. And we can make any sentence with it. I do not know the answer. W-I-S-M is the word swim. She cannot swim in deep water. D-A-E-L is lead. Lead can sink in water. Blarn is the correct word is the marble. So children love to play with marbles. Now the next word is hills. The hills are very steep. Next is write down at least 2 questions using why. So the answer is, you can write any question using why. Like, why have you not finished your homework? Or why hasn't the teacher come yet? So you may write any question using WH word why. Thank you so much for watching the video, students. I hope you like it. And thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned with me for my next video. Till then, take care and enjoy learning.